Hello everybody, Revolver Guy here, prepping for poor people. I just want to do a little video today, go over a couple of things I'm working on right now here as far as my garden goes and my prepping around my little mini homestead I have. Today I've been hauling in some mulch. I try to mulch my garden. Uh, it really helps the soil, especially if you have a soil that needs amendments like mine. Mine has a lot of clay in it. And so anytime you can do that, add amendments to soil, or even if it's really sandy, it'll help. It'll give it a little bit of tilth. It'll certainly help with nutrients in it. I get my mulch from a sawmill that's just up the road here. Guy that owned it told me I get all I wanted. It's mostly just old tree bark that they've ground up, and they have to haul away anyway. So I usually try to get the old mulch that is really dark and black, and it's already rotting and almost like dirt itself. It's nearly a compost. It's really good stuff to put on anything you're growing, whether it be vegetables, flowers, or anything like that. And I've done that the last couple of years. I've had really good luck. So I just want to go over a few things about gardening. I think gardening is one of the most important things that you can learn and have the skill set to do, especially in a SHTF, grid down, end of the world as we know it, whatever you want to call it, situation. Being able to grow your own food, not only is it great in case the world collapses, but it's just a great feeling to be able to go out there and grow your own vegetables and see them and enjoy something that you've put your work into. And it's not just a hillbilly or layman's job. I mean, it really isn't. A lot of, even rich people have to eat. And I tell you, if not for the people that grew our food, none of us would be here, obviously. So it's really an important skill. It's an enjoyable one for me. It's stress relieving. It helps me a lot with the job I have and just all the pressures in this world. I get out and I work in my garden and I watch it grow and I nurture it and take care of it. And it is a lot of work, especially at first, but really it's not that bad. Once you get your soil good, you go out and you plant your garden. You keep the weeds out of it, maybe haul in a little bit of mulch or compost, and make sure it's watered. And you just care for it like you would almost a child. I mean, you just go out and check. I'm out checking on mine every day, just a couple of minutes. Nothing. That's not like I'm out slaving every day on it. And there's a lot of information on the internet about it and what to grow and how to grow it and when to plant it and how to plant it. And it's not difficult. It really isn't. There is a little bit of learning curve. In your first year, your garden may not do as good as you hope, but I guarantee you just 1 year of growing a garden, within a year after that, you're just going to improve by leaps and bounds. It's going to be unbelievable how much food you can really grow for yourself. And then you start getting into storage, which is a whole nother thing. And as I progress with my videos this fall, when I begin to harvest, I will show some videos on how I can and how I preserve my food, and some of it I freeze, and then I have a storage area for potatoes and such. So anyway, I've been working on that today, and I thought I'd do a quick little video to encourage you to plant a garden and be able to grow your food. I tell you, we don't know what this world is coming to. We know where it's headed, but we don't know where it's going to end up. And I really feel deep in my heart that something is coming down the line. I had somebody comment yesterday about, put it all in God's hands, and I do. I mean, I have faith in God. I know I'm saved, and I know where I'm going to end up. I just want to limit the amount of suffering between now and then. And, we're all going to have to suffer a little bit for Jesus. Jesus suffered for us, certainly did. So, but we're going to have, especially as Christians, we're going to have a tough time. Even non-Christians, if you're conservative, you're going to have a tough time. These liberals and these elites that want to control everything you do they're not going to just let this thing go. I tell you, they're really not. I'd say in 2020, I'm not saying Trump's the best president. I'm not saying he's a great man, but for the most part, Trump is a nationalist, and he's about America. And I certainly don't agree with everything he does, but I don't agree with anything that these liberal elitists. I call it the communist socialist Democrat Party, because that's all it is. And I don't agree with anything they do. And their idea and their goal is to control us, and that's what gun control is about. It's not about guns; it's about control. So, as things move on here in 2020, this election is going to be wild, and I don't know. I mean, I really feel like the Communist Socialist Democrat Party is going to pull some nonsense. There's a very good chance that they will do something to rig the election or cheat or do something to take this election from Trump, because they are not going to put with him being president again for 4 more years. I can promise you that. So, what happens if they take the election illegally, and Trump says no, this is illegal? I'm not stepping down as president. We're going to have a bad situation on our hands, folks. I tell you, I don't know. I hope it doesn't come to that, but it's going to be terrible. But I guess my question is to you: what side are you going to be on? Are you going to stand up and fight for what's right? Or are you going to hide in your house and just wait for all the chips to fall? It's a tough thing to decide. You have a family to feed. You have people to take care of that you're responsible for. But I tell you though, if we sit there and we let this wolf at our door and stay at our door, pretty soon that wolf's going to be inside. So we're going to have to make a decision on what we're going to do. And that brings me to another topic I was discussing with a friend of mine this morning. He's a prepper, real smart guy, good friend of mine. And he and I were discussing what happens after SHTF, them first few months. We're talking about money and like how long would cash be viable. He and I both agreed probably about a few days to a week maybe. And once people realize that things aren't coming back, then cash is going to be useless. But it certainly would be something worth having in them first few days. You go out and spend every dime of it, because it's not going to be worth anything anyway. So you get everything you can to give more supplies. And then we were discussing, so what do you do in them first few days? I mean, are you just going to hold up in your house, or them first few months, you're going to just hunker down and feed your family, keep them warm, and avoid all contact that you can? I mean, that seems like a pretty good idea. But my friend brought up this point. He said, if we hunker down in our home or even in our community in just a small little area, and we're just trying to avoid people, and we're just waiting for the worst, I guess, and these people that make it, these people that survive, say 4 to 6 months out there in this world that weren't prepared, but they survive. They're going to be a dangerous group of people, because if they've survived that long when they had nothing, that means they've learned how to make it in this world, and they've probably done a lot of terrible things to get where they're at. So the real danger may not be in the first week or 2 or 3. It may be 3, 4, 5, 6 months down the road. It's just something to think about. If you've hunkered down for 4 or 5 months and these people have been out there in the world surviving, they're going to be a lot stronger than you. They're going to have a lot more of an idea of what to do and how to do it and how to get what they need than you will. So to me, that just goes back to the whole community thing. We have to be strong. We have to work together. We need to do the best we can to help each other and watch each other's backs, because it's going to be a tough situation. It's not all doom and gloom. I look forward to every day getting up and just enjoying myself, and you should too. Go have some fun this weekend. I've got this weekend off, so I'm mostly going to be working around the house, but I am going to go do some things and have some fun with the family because that's important to do. And I have my family, my faith, and my guns. So it's all good to me. Anyway, thank you for watching. And if you don't care, like and subscribe. Leave me a comment. Tell me what you think. And remember, all gun laws are unconstitutional.